I'm Bob Coleman, and we're talking Main Street and the small business lenders who help it grow. Thank you to this week's sponsor, America West.
Hi, Jennifer Blumig, President, Event Fully Yours, Conference Manager, Conference Founder of America West. Jennifer, you do 6 SBA lending conferences a year. That's great. But you have huge news for America West, Costa Mesa, June 20th, 22nd.
That's right. We are excited to announce that SBA Administrator Linda McMahon will be our keynote for our closing session on Friday.
That's awesome. Tell me a little bit more about America West.
Well, America West was founded out of a principle for, really kind of finding, there's a huge appetite in California and the neighboring regions, and we wanted to do something a little bit different and create not just a conference, but more of a learning summit, so to speak. So we've got a lot of engaging, interactive, educational workshops.
How do you register?
You can register on our conference website at americawestconference.com. And the pricing is only $4.99 until this Friday, May 18th.
Jennifer, thank you very much.
Thanks, Bob.
Here's today's top story. SBA Administrator Linda McMahon answered this question by South Carolina Senator Tim Scott. Listen to this exchange. It's a very great small business story.
Well, if I may, just going back to the Marshall family,
Yes.
the business that you cited, I think when you look at a small business like that, that has literally been so decimated.
Yes, ma'am.
It speaks to what I talk about all the time about small businesses being the glue of the community and the innovators that really bring everybody together. And what I saw there, and I'm sorry to take time to do this, but it's just so important to me.
It's worth it.
Not only did this family come together, because it's a family-owned small business,
Yes.
but they were going to shut down. And 2 of the younger members of the family said, no, this has been our business for generations. They were able to come back. And, it's great that SBA was able to be there with the loan. I'm really happy we were able to do that. But it was the community. The community who came and shoveled mud out. It was the community who came and sat and painted walls and helped take away debris. And they did it almost without being asked. Front loaders showed up and just started taking stuff away before the family even got there. On the first morning, we said, well, we had to get it out of here. Knew you needed help. So I think that really speaks to the spirit of communities and helpfulness, in our country and the support for small businesses. So what I want to continue to do as the head of the SBA is again to make sure that we have the policies and procedures in place that we can help our businesses get access to capital. And on our 7A program, we are up 5% year over year for this same time frame. And I'm pleased to see those numbers grow. And women actually had about 30% of those loans. Minority communities had about 31% of those loans. So I was really happy to see the growth in both of those areas, for the business loans. That 7A loans are the flagship of what we do. So to be able to continue to provide, access to capital for those small businesses is going to help the growth. But as I mentioned, I want SBA not to be a secret. I want people to know about all of the free access to mentoring and counseling and business development programs that there are. And as we keep talking about it, more people will have access to that and know about it. And will continue to grow. Women cite more often than other businesses that they flourish more in an environment in which they can have mentoring and counseling. And so that's why our WBCs are so important, in those areas. But not only that, our district offices, it's not just you go to a WBC and you get counseling for women. You go to our the SCORE partners that we have. So we want to make sure that each of these entities has the right amount of investment that they need to continue, to go forth.
Absolutely. Well, I know I'm out of time, Mr. Chairman, but I will close by saying that Forest Lake Drapery is now experiencing record month after month after month. So There's no question that the community coming together, providing the glue for small businesses is so critically important. And it happens because small businesses are so ingrained within the communities that their identity, their DNA comes from the communities that they serve. And this is just a tremendous success story on behalf of Forest Lake, the community where I visited after the 2015 floods, and the Marcia family that's been dedicated and committed to not only staying open, but staying successful. Thank you.
That came from a hearing from the Senate Small Business Committee on Tuesday of this week. Listen to the opening remarks by Senate Chair Jim Rush out of Idaho.
This hearing will focus on the state of small business in America and the Small Business Administration's efforts to support entrepreneurs. By many measures, small business owners today are optimistic and forward-looking. The National Federation of Independent Businesses Small Business Economic Trends Survey for April reached a near record reading of 104.8 and also saw 61% of small businesses say they are increasing their capital expenditures. The payroll provider Paychex has recorded a nearly 3% increase over the past 12 months in wages paid by small businesses. The MetLife and U.S. Chamber of Commerce Small Business Index for the first quarter of 2018 found that 61% of small business owners are expecting increased revenues and nearly a third are expecting increased hiring.
This is fun. This is the new SBA branding spot ad. Very well done. I thought you would enjoy it.
An idea, a concept, a plan, a dream. That's how businesses start. With the help of the U.S. Small Business Administration, businesses transform from a home office to a global operation, a double oven setup to a 6-person bakery, concept to manufacturing, and from contemplating closure to not just surviving, but thriving. That's the power of the SBA. We make small business our business by being an ally, an advocate, a mentor, a coach, an educator, a friend to ambitious and passionate entrepreneurs. And we're igniting change, sparking action, so businesses across the nation can confidently start, grow, expand, and recover. SBA, empowering small businesses, empowering the American dream.
In our office hours session, Lance Sexton and I talked about PayPal and Amazon becoming true giant small business lenders. Listen to this exchange.
Very good. News of the day. I ran a story yesterday or Monday. PayPal is a serious small business lender. Lance, how often when you talk to your borrowers are you saying, hey, are you using PayPal or Amazon to finance your working capital?
Well, more and more, Bob, when you see a balance sheet from a borrower, you're seeing PayPal, Amazon, and other, PayPal and Amazon, they're putting up big numbers, but there's still also a lot of online lenders that do this stuff, do it quickly, but very expensively. And you're seeing more and more of it. It terrifies me, Bob, to see Amazon. And I live in Walmart country, and I've heard rumors from friends of mine that work there. I'm going to be surprised if you don't see Walmart involved in small business lending at some point as well. Arvest Bank, which is a great SBA lending bank, is owned by one of the Walton heirs. And Walmart, it makes sense for them to be involved. So if you've got Amazon and Walmart involved in small business lending, they're going to take a big chunk of opportunities away from financial institutions.
And you need to become an expert on how these transactions are put together. PayPal can do a 9-month structure where they're taking 30% of the sales, which guess what? Guess what that does to your cash flow. Amazon is similar. So
none of these quick, easy financing alternatives compare to the quality of an SBA loan. But the big battle we face as SBA lenders, Bob, every institution I've ever been at, every institution I've ever worked with, is delivering the SBA product in a timely enough manner that the small business owner doesn't consider Amazon, doesn't consider PayPal.
But those options are there. They're easy, and be aware of them.
Hey, I've been asking for your small business video success stories. Listen to this one. This is the 2018 Small Business Person of the Year.
I'm Rebecca Fife. I'm a beekeeper and urban wildlife manager with Landmark Pest Management. Landmark provides innovative science-based pest control to help people live and work in greener, safer buildings. We like to make ourselves obsolete. If a client calls us more than once in wildlife control, that means that we didn't do a good job. So we use a research-based approach to control insects where less pesticides are used and the insects are better controlled.
I think that many times people don't necessarily think about the science behind pest control. Rebecca has put together a team of experts. I think that really sets her apart because she's willing to invest in them in order to have her company grow.
Landmark has been on this incredible growth curve over the last few years, and the focus that we have on providing green service and reducing the reliance on pesticides, making sure that pesticide buildup is a thing of the past.
The spirit of Landmark Pest Management is really in its people. We really view staff development as our core scope.
Rebecca is able to identify talent in people that they didn't necessarily even know that they had, and I'm one of those people. And she taught me wonderful management skills that I am now able to pass along to other people.
They can be empowered in their lives and have a professional skill set that they really wouldn't have had otherwise. As Landmark grew, our office became much too small for us. We were operating out of a facility which didn't have a warehouse, so we weren't able to buy products in the volumes that we needed to price our work competitively. Thanks to the SBA and a 7A loan, we were able to move into this 10,000 square foot facility and customize it for our needs. The SBA has been one of the most important tools in my toolbox as an entrepreneur. I've turned to the SBA for training, for lending, for helping me prepare capability statements. There hasn't been a time when they didn't have the resource I was looking for.
Landmark Pest Management is such a great business success story that has really made a difference in the lives of both their customers, their employees.
Being nominated for National Small Business Person of the Year is an incredible honor, and if we were to win, it would be so meaningful to me, especially because it's not just pertaining to our business growth. It looks at our philanthropic contributions in the community to help people live in greener, safer buildings, to train first responders and help them educate the public about rabies prevention. It was proof positive that one can do well and do good.
What Landmark's growth really teaches other businesses is that you don't have to do it alone. There's a lot of tools and resources out there, whether it be your lender, the SBA, small business counselors. They can help you get to that next level and make a difference in the lives of others.
I really don't think that I could have done it without the SBA. Every new venture and new success I've undertaken, they've been absolutely instrumental to that step.
If you like this podcast, please be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Thank you for joining us today for the Coleman Report Update and for supporting America's Main Street, one entrepreneur at a time.